Welcome to the first episode of the Hawkcast. In this episode, we're going to be introducing all the members of the club, and we're just going to talk about ourselves and our vices and what we like and what we don't like about LaRoche. I'm Denali. I'm a junior marketing major with a minor in graphic design. I am from St. Croix in the U.S. Virgin Islands. What brought me to LaRoche is the idea of like a small community. I think I could relate to that since I'm coming from, like I said a chain of small islands in the Caribbean. So,
Hey, my name's Jeremy. My major is communications, media, and technology, and I have a minor in visual communications. I'm from Dolestown, Pennsylvania, and what brought me to LaRoche was the community that it had. I really don't even know what brought me here. It was like, it was honestly like I came up here, I said, looks like a nice school. I just came here. There was no reason for it, but it was more so like I like the people here. I like the vibe it gave me, so I said I'll come. So I came. Here I am.
Hi, my name is Jason. I am a sophomore here at LaRoche. My major is IT, minor in computer security. I am from St. Croix, the United States Virgin Islands. And one thing that brought me here to LaRoche was the community. I've always enjoyed the small community it had from the time I visited here once. And it was something that I always enjoyed. I like a small community where everyone is together and we all get to bond. And that is something that always came well to me when I came here. So we're jumping into the next topic, which is what do you like and what don't you like about the school? Personally, what I like is just how open everyone is sometimes with everybody. You know, I like that
Sure.
honesty and that
Yeah.
vibe people give sometimes. You once in a while you run into someone that's not like everybody else, and that's fine. You don't expect everyone to be the same.
Right.
But something that I personally enjoyed was the openness and how the feeling it gave you.
Yeah. I know I've been told by multiple people, or at least that transfer here. They say that people at LaRoche are a whole lot nicer than the rest of the colleges that they've been to. And obviously I don't have experience with other colleges, but it feels nice when someone's like, wow, you guys are so nice. Everybody says hello, you know?
I mean, that's one thing too. With us Virgin Islanders, we were raised off of the idea of manners.
Mannerisms.
So you enter a place, good morning, good afternoon, hello.
As you pass someone on the
That's
street,
beautiful.
as you pass a crowd, that's something that we grew up knowing how to do. If you don't do it, you
Then
get
people
knocked
will be-
upside your head.
Really? Just not for saying hello.
I mean,
not
not necessarily. It's just I meant a metaphorical sense, but it's in the sense is
Just to show respect?
just to show respect.
yeah.
Okay, I understand.
People will just side at you if you just don't just greet them.
Oh, okay. I mean, but I definitely agree. LaRoche definitely has that community idea behind it.
Yeah, one thing I got to shout out, to be honest, is student development. They really work their butt off trying to create this community and actually have their students use their offices for fun stuff
Right, and their resources.
Exactly.
I mean, how else would we have gotten all this equipment? I mean, of course, certain members had to purchase certain items in order for this to work.
Don't throw shade.
But otherwise, I mean, we wouldn't have this soundboard. We wouldn't have, what we have here without student development. So we definitely want to give a big shout out to Jeffrey, and David Day.
Of course,
David.
Double D.
Always. When talking about the Roche guys, I understand there are some things that we like and don't like. And personally, I love the cafeteria food. I know. A lot of people dislike it. Honestly, I've never met anyone that can't cook chicken, but that's a personal opinion.
That's a debatable kind of thing.
But No. What I'm saying is like the cafeteria food is relatively good.
I mean,
Like they don't get enough credit, to be honest. Honestly, like I said, the chicken is always ass. I mean, always bad, but otherwise,
it's debatable. I mean, I gotta be thankful for whatever I get, but like, I've heard from like people from home, they said like the university there serves them like some bad food, like the cooking isn't all that until like Thanksgiving, and that's the only time they actually go all out.
Because that's when they can cook freely. Any cooking establishment for like a school or something like that, once it's Thanksgiving or something like that, or like a holiday, they can cook freely to their heart's content.
And this is back home, or is this like a
This is
university
like a general thing in a university that I've heard so far.
Oh, I didn't know
they
that.
can do. That's something I've heard from different people that go to different schools. Once it's like Christmas, Thanksgiving,
where the food's actually pretty good.
where the food's actually pretty good because they could put their foot in it and not follow the instructions that are given to them.
I bet you the reason why certain things don't come out as good as you want it is probably because you have to like mass produce it.
Yeah, and it all has to be followed within a certain guidelines, like not too much salt.
Right.
You don't want to give people high blood pressure.
Right.
Exactly.
So,
but I want high blood pressure though.
No, you don't.
No, I want it. Yeah, I want
medication
so much
every
salt.
day. That's what you want.
Honestly, Tracy really knows how to make some good. What is it? General Tso's every Thursday.
Is it every Thursday?
Yeah, I think it's every
Thursday.
Thursday.
But I've started to notice that she's got a feeling towards the Asian culture, because it's every time she comes up with a new idea or new sauces or whatever with it.
They have fun with it.
Yeah.
Probably to get feedback from probably like some of the Asian students on campus. So.
That's true. I wouldn't know because I don't eat that cuisine normally, but you make a good point.
Because we are allowed to give feedback, but do we give the feedback is the question.
That's fair.
Another thing I like about La Roche is the idea of like, the openness of like being able to do whatever, I want to say whatever you want, but you have more of a freedom of doing so.
Mm-hmm.
So like things like clubs, like the radio club. I fumbled it. For.
We could fumble.
Just keep going.
It's okay to fumble once in a while.
Well, then just hop on because I'm going to start talking about clubs, and there's not that much clubs.
But no, I get what you're saying about the club, because with the clubs, it's easy to start a club here at the school. It's fairly simple. You just need to have a group of people. I think it's about 10, an advisor, and you got a club.
Right.
And that's something that I like too when I came to the school, is that it's simple to make a club and start something that you can make a community or make like a friend group with something that you really care about.
Because it's usually...
So that's basically what you're saying is true. Yeah. It's...
So what's your position, Jason?
I don't got a position. I'm a member. I am on the SBA board, but I am a member of the radio club.
Yes.
Period.
But I agree with what you're saying, how simple it is. Because usually in other universities, you have to go through like a
whole process,
a filtering system or whatever. I can understand why.
There's probably you want to make sure you represent the school properly and all those different kinds of stuff.
Exactly.
But here, because I guess they did it this way because it's a smaller community as it is.
Yeah. It's probably easier to control anyway.
So I don't think it would have been much of a problem.
Right. You wouldn't even have to put too many restrictions on any of the clubs anyways.
No, because it's not like they're going to be clubs that have 100 people, because we only have like so many.
Right. Right now in this club, we only have 4. Started out with 12, but rest in peace, right?
Wow.
Yes.
Shade.
Of course, all the time. No, I'm just playing.
Playing.
Nothing but
not
games.
all the time.
Nothing but games.
You really do shade. You gotta cut it out.
You want me to actually stop it? I'll stop it.
No, we could continue, but you just gotta have a fun editing.
Okay. I'm gonna edit a lot of this. Jesus Christ.
You don't even know.
You're telling me I'm the one editing? What do you mean?
Since we're out here talking about positions, I'm also a member of the soccer team here. I am a goalkeeper for... Well, I'm literally repeating myself. But yeah, I'm a goalkeeper for the soccer club here. basically throughout like the past few weeks we've been practicing, basically trying to get our foot like back into our cleats, getting like passing the ball around, shooting. For me, more just getting ready for like saves, hitting the ground more.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be recording y'all games this year.
Oh yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
For like
I've been
SAS,
recording
or?
the girls soccer games
Okay.
lately, and they were supposed to have one Saturday. I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about that.
Ah,
But
it's
yeah.
okay. That's on the DL.
Yeah, it's on the DL.
Yeah. If you're listening to this, just know.
No.
Just know.
Jeremy, cut this out.
Cut it out.
So yeah, I think with like COVID and everything, I mean, as like athletic team, I think soccer has done the men's soccer to be exact has done the best with following guidelines and keeping up with everything and making sure everybody on the team has been socially distancing,
Think
not
down
really
themselves.
aiming into
Yeah.
exactly.
Mm.
I mean,
How do you guys feel about the restrictions the school has put into, well, I guess your personal lives? Yeah.
I mean, personally, I don't really have any like hard feelings about it. I just want, like, personally, I'm like, I have to fly to come up here to go to school.
Right.
So I don't want to put myself at risk where I have to go and then be traveling back and forth, where I'll be meeting out with my family and then
Have
one
the
thing
chance to-
leads, one thing leads to another,
Mhm.
and then
Right. Jason, how do you feel about these restrictions?
Personally, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
I don't see a problem.
Mm.
It's all not to just benefit you, but to benefit everyone.
Mhm.
And if you should be
What do you mean, beep? You didn't say anything bad. Oh my god! Now
fumble.
you did. Now you did. Christ! Oh my god!
Jeremy cut this out again.
Oh my god! So much editing. No.
But I feel it's to benefit you and everyone.
Yes.
You shouldn't be upset if someone tells you put on a mask.
Right. I mean,
Coronavirus is real.
right. If anything, you're not really protecting. You're protecting yourself and those around you. Right.
Exactly.
It's more of like to show them that you care. Right.
And the family that you might be around.
Sure.
Exactly.
Sure.
Because like what Denali said, are you going back home? Or
I mean, I'm going back home in December.
Yeah, and that's like similar to me. I am too.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm doing here now is just to protect myself from catching it, so I don't bring it back to them. Similar
Right.
to what he said.
Right.
That's something that we wouldn't want in our conscience.
Right. Right. How do you think the school environment is towards COVID-19?
School wise, I mean, I'm a resident assistant, so I personally, my location is in Bold, and personally, I'm dealing with freshmen most of the time, and I mean, I could understand where they're coming from. Like, you just got out of high school during a whole pandemic. You're losing everything that you wanted to see, like prom, homecoming, so
Right.
on and so forth. I just want to have
Mm-hmm.
exactly, and
All
you
of
just
that.
and your first idea of like moving into a new campus, and for like college and so is like, oh yeah, let's party. One thing about me is like, I could understand that you want to have fun, but you gotta have fun within the restriction that were given to you from the school.
Right. I mean, we did all have to sign a policy saying
All
that
of us
you have
did,
to
yeah.
be careful
And
and that you're aware of the circumstances and that the school is not to be held responsible if you get sick.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I understand where they're coming from, because they got stripped of everything that we were able to do.
That's fair. Yeah.
And we all were able to get the experience. High school, graduation, class night, all that, prom, everything.
Senior night. Do you guys
Senior
have
night.
senior night?
Oh, class
Night, that's what we
Oh,
call it.
okay. Same thing.
We were able to get everything. We were able to have the bonfire, Clippers cruise,
Oh,
everything.
yes. All the
For
fun
freshmen,
activities.
all the fun activities
Yes.
that everybody were able to do. They
Even
barely got like the initiation and the
Yeah.
stuff like that. They barely got to do those activities.
Everything is just pushed on.
Everything was pushed, and
the cruise would have been fun though.
Yeah,
Yes, I feel like that's always enjoyable.
But one thing I gotta like enforce is like, yeah, you lost these privileges in unforeseen like
Circumstances.
stances, but you still, but you still gotta respect the people around you. You know, like
Right.
every time you leave your room, just make sure you have your mask on. I mean, my main thing is like, I don't want anything to mostly happen to like the international students.
Right.
Because you have people from what 5, 10, 15 minutes away where their parents could just come up and anytime come and go as they please.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's like somebody from, I'll say Eurasia, Europe, Asia, I mean, it's probably taking them like what, 1 to 3 days to even get here. Which
What, like the
like
flight
the flights?
Yeah,
Oh
look
yeah,
at-
like a
like
day
the-
and a half.
That's fair.
I mean, you're
depending
looking-
on where you're
Depending
going.
on which route. Yeah.
I mean, you're looking for ticket prices. You're looking for a day to leave,
Yeah.
a day to come back.
A day to pack.
And all of that
Exactly.
is an expense because,
Right.
and especially they have to catch it and then go back home.
Mm.
Exactly.
And then bring it with them.
And bring
then
it with
even
them,
worse.
and
And
then
then
get
ne-
people in the airport sick, and then
And everyone else.
And then next to
Everyone
that,
else
you
is
have to be
convinced to
paying for
contact
treatment and all of that.
Mhm.
So like whenever I see like most of these freshmen like moving around like just not following the guidelines, it really irks me.
Mm-hmm.
So
And that's understandable.
Right. That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, other than COVID, I understand that the school's been taking care of us quite nicely, right? If it weren't, if we weren't under COVID times, do you remember some of the activities we used to do? I mean, obviously we already talked about the Clipper Cruise.
So much.
We talked about
student
the
development
bonfire.
and stuff.
Yeah, student development was
Yeah.
popping. They had a
Mhm.
bunch of stuff
They had a
every
bunch of
night.
stuff.
yeah, I think around this time we would have had the pumpkin patch.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
I actually think we're still doing that. If I'm not
Did they?
mistaken. Only if, like, I think it's the health committee allows it.
Oh.
Only if.
Yeah, that was one of the things I've talked with like David Day and Jeff Daly about. Like their main problem is trying to follow the restrictions while trying to actually keep a stable amount of people in the area without it getting overboard. So they're like, they want to have a really good event, but they don't want to of a good event where there's a
Too
lot of
much
people. Exactly.
Yeah.
So they just get conflicted with
Right.
the ideas.
It's tough. I know it's tough, but I mean, I'm trying to think what's another thing, because we had a Clipper Cruise, we had bonfires,
Oh, we
had
did snow tubing.
oh
We
yeah,
did all those
you're
different
right.
events.
Yeah.
We did
Snow tubing and skiing.
Skiing.
Uh,
We did what else did we do?
the bonfires.
The bonfires were good.
Yes, I'm actually planning on doing a bonfire sometime next month.
For real,
Definitely show
bro.
out for the RA event, just
RA,
over
man.
at underneath the library.
Oh,
You know that
the fire pit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the fire pit. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah. Due to conflicting schedules, Mike and JC were unable to record during the first available time slot. Fortunately, we were able to catch up with them a few days later. Let's hear what they had to say.
How's everybody doing this evening? It's Mike in the building. I am a senior. I'm in interdisciplinary studies with a graphic design minor. What brought me to La Roche? There's a lot of things that brought me to La Roche, but I'm a transfer student, and the biggest thing that brought me to La Roche was the convenience to my home. I'm actually born and raised in Pittsburgh. Go Steelers, 6-0. And that is one big thing that brought me here. But another thing that brought me here, as mentioned earlier by Jeremy, is the community. It is a very welcoming community, and as a transfer student, that was something really easy for me to adapt to. So if I had to wrap this up, I would say go Steelers. They're going to win the Super Bowl. So thank you.
Hi, my name is JC. I am a communication, media, and technology major as well as a film major, and I minor in game studies. I went to La Roche because I live 6 minutes away and I play lacrosse and really wanted to continue my career in lacrosse.
How's everybody doing? It's Mike and JC in the building. Today's topic we're going to be talking about, and I'll be asking my co-host here, JC, what are some things that you like about La Roche University?
Well, when I was first looking into LaRoche, I really appreciated the campus and how small it was. I like how you can see the same people every day and you kind of get familiar with it and you build connections with your teachers as well because your class size is smaller. So, yeah, I really like the scenery, I think, the most of LaRoche.
I agree with that. Personally, something that you touched upon was the faculty, and that's actually something that, for me, LaRoche University is special in that way, is the faculty. And especially being a transfer student and evaluating the faculty at previous universities compared to LaRoche, I think the personable relationships that you make with the staff is something that you don't really get at other schools. So I thought that was also something that, really touched home with me. But on the other end, speaking on some things that LaRoche University could possibly improve upon, one thing for me personally, I think, would be the weekend life and getting students more involved with extracurricular activities. I think, we have a lot of benefits of being a small school, but unfortunately, that could lead a lot of people to be isolated or not making a lot of connections. I just wish there were a little more opportunities or availability to have students break out of their shell and become more interactive. But sticking on the topic of things that you think LaRoche could improve, what do you think, JC?
I definitely think due to the circumstances this year, there could be some improvement of including the commuters, even though, with COVID and everything, they can't really do much. But this is my first year, so I don't know how they did it before. But personally, I feel like I don't experience as much just because I am a commuter, and I wish they would improve on that a little bit. But I'm not sure if they actually can with the circumstances right now. And yeah, I agree with the weekend life. I always look in the parking lot and there's no cars through the weekend. So, I wish we had some more people on campus.
And that here concludes our Hawkcast Radio. Please make sure to follow us on Redhawk Radio, YouTube, and Instagram. If you have any questions or you want us to cover certain topics, don't be afraid to let our team members know, or you can come into room 203 while we're recording. You guys have a good day or a good night from wherever you're listening.